Welcome to the Krempels Brain Injury Foundation's Oral History Project. Every year, brain injury from trauma, stroke, or tumor strikes more than 4,000 people of all ages in New Hampshire. Many of them are your neighbors, your friends, your family. It is the goal of this project to increase awareness relating to this unique population that often goes unseen and unheard. The interviews are recorded at SteppingStones, a community-based post-rehabilitative program located at the Foundation for Seacoast Health's Community Campus in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. SteppingStones provides opportunities for social interaction, life skill training, recreation, and support for brain injury survivors who are now living in the community. All of the interviews are conducted by brain trauma survivors. Please enjoy.
Hi, I'm Nikki Butterfield, SteppingStones member, and I am interviewing Jim Scott, SteppingStones member. Jim, can you briefly describe your life before your brain injury, your family life, social life, career, anything like that?
Before I was 23 when I had my brain injury, and one word I think is just easy. Like, school was pretty easy. I played sports, and everything was, like, not much effort. And I didn't really have a career because I just graduated about in May, and my accident was in July. So I was looking for jobs and kind of delayed everything. But my life was really good, like, before my brain injury. It was just, like, going through the motions, kind of.
Can you describe your brain injury? How long ago did it happen? Where did it happen? And what happened to you?
My brain injury was a motor vehicle accident in July 4th, 2006. It happened in Durham. I was on my way home from a party, and, like, I was drinking and driving, so that wasn't good, obviously. And I know what happened to me is they call it, like, a closed head injury. And I guess it was a shearing accident, like the axons of my brain, like, broke or what have you. And so I was in a coma, and it was interesting, like, because the way my accident was, like, obviously all memory is a big issue, but, like, it was not so much, like, I thought when I wake up out of a coma, I'd talk, and, like, I woke up just means my eyes were open. I couldn't move. And, like, my family was like, is he alive? Like, I was like a mummy. But that's what basically happened.
What has your rehabilitation experience been like? What types of therapies did you have, and where did you have therapy? And what did you feel was beneficial or not beneficial during your therapy?
Rehabilitation for me was great, actually. It was a good experience. My acute rehab was actually right after I got out of Beth Israel. I was in Spalding in Boston, which is, like, world famous, I guess. And if they're good enough for Teddy Bruschi, they're good enough for me, I guess. But I was in there, and I had speech, OT, and PT every day, like, back to back. I mean, it was great. And that's where I learned how to do the basic things like walk, talk. My left arm at that point was pretty much paralyzed completely. It's since gotten better, but so I had good therapy there. Then I got out of there after, like, 6 weeks. I went home, and that was difficult to be home because, like, it wasn't like a hospital. They didn't have, like, all the equipment. But I made that work, and I was at home. Then I went to Portsmouth Neuro Day Rehab. It was a day program. I was there, like, from 9 to 2. I had speech, OT, and PT, and aquatic therapy, and that went really well. I met a lot of nice people there. And so my rehab was actually very good.
And I'm amazed you remembered all of that it's better than me. What changes have occurred since your injury, physical, emotional, and communication?
There's been a lot of changes, like, obviously at the beginning they were more rapid in terms of progression, but since that I've been out of rehab for about a year, and I've continue to like go to the gym, and I want to get better, and I've gotten a lot better at every activity, improved. So physically it's been really well. And mostly I've kind of had a tough time. I've been like getting a lot of treatment for like depression. Been in a couple hospitals for like other mental issues. But it's like looking up right now, like I have some good stuff going on in my life. And my communication is pretty strong now. But at the beginning, like I couldn't really talk well because I had a trach and I had ripped it out, so my vocal cords were like scarred, and I like had a scratchy voice, and my dad called me Mumbles. But my communication's improved, and I'm able to like working memory. I can remember what someone's talking about. Like whereas at the beginning, like I'd have a conversation and I'd forget like what we were talking about. I'd just start talking about whatever I felt like it. But overall, I've had some good changes.
Your arm seems to have improved over what you had said that it was. And you're right, your speech has gotten very good. How has life been since your injury in social, family, vocation, financially, and your religion? Has your religion changed at all since before?
My life since my injury has been just different, I would say, and like, I don't know, not better, not worse, just totally different. In some ways, I have a better perspective. Social, it's been kind of tough. Like I was very social before, partied a lot and hung out, and now it's like, well, I'm getting my license back next month, which I'm excited about. But that's been tough not driving. I mean. My friends, I grew up in Atkinson, New Hampshire, just about 45 minutes away, and I can't get down to like all my old friends. They've been great. They've come up and seen me, but so it's been difficult. One thing that's remained constant, though, I have a great family, and they're great. My brother and sister are awesome. So that's been like a rock to me. As far as working, I didn't have a job when I had my injury because I just got out of school and I was looking for jobs. But I was looking to get into the financial planning field. And I wanted to still get into that. It was tough at the first because of the memory issues and things of that nature. But I had a couple of jobs in that field, and I liked them. I mean, you make pretty good money doing that. But I kind of felt like there's got to be a reason why I didn't die. I should do something like more productive with my life, like help people out. So I'm going back to school. I want to be a therapist. Financially, I don't work full time, and I've only worked part time since my accident. Like so, and I never really had a lot of money. I had spending money because I worked like odd jobs, construction, landscaping, stuff like that. But I'm lucky my parents can like afford to take care of me. Like I live alone. I have a nice place. I have insurance. I have every necessity is pretty much taken care of, so I don't really have to stress out about that. As far as like religion, I was raised a Catholic, but more of like you have to go to church. And like, I mean, I've always believed in God, but like, you know, you pray. I prayed for like, what can you give me? Like, I want this, or please let me get an A on this test, whatever. Now I'm kind of like, I'm more thankful and grateful, and I want like God or it, whatever it is. I don't really know. I don't know if it's a guy up there or a woman. I have no idea. Or my dog, who knows? Could be anything. I really want like him to like more take care of my family and like allow me to like do what I want to do, or like help people. So that's how it's changed. I guess it's become more like altruistic kind of, but that's the biggest thing.
Now, I think that you've already covered this, but what has been the biggest communication challenge that you have experienced? Was it the difficulty from the tracheotomy? Or
that was probably the biggest challenge I had after I was out of the acute hospital. And then when I came home at first and I was in the rehab hospital. But the biggest challenge was my vocal cords were paralyzed when I was first in the hospital. And I don't remember this. I was like in a vegetative state, I guess. But so I couldn't even talk at all. But it has been the tracheotomy, like the scar tissue and stuff since then. So,
what are some of the goals that you have set for yourself at this point in your life?
Well, the goals I have is to become like financially independent, probably get married, have kids, hopefully in that order. But I'm also going back to grad school in the fall, like full time, and I'm really hoping to graduate and get a new career. And I'm pretty confident because I took a summer class and I did pretty well. And so that's kind of a big step to have like a purpose in my life again. So I'm looking forward to that.
Are you encountering any barriers to achieving your goals?
There's no like outside barriers. They're all like self-imposed. Like they're not real things. Like I have no patience and I want to have everything I want right now. So that, like it's like knowing that, all right, I got to take it step by step. It's probably the biggest challenge I have, and that's the only barrier is like, will I like slow down and do things slow and steady, I guess. So that's probably the only thing.
How has SteppingStones made an impact on your life?
SteppingStones has been like a wonderful experience because when I came here, I didn't have any confidence, and I was like, I'm a freak, and like I'm an outcast. Like, it sounds like I was a leper. Like I sat home. Like I went to rehab, came home, was exhausted, and just sat home. I had no interaction with people. I did like not non-medical. It's like been great because you come into SteppingStones, especially at first, and like it's like you have like a normal life, and like you don't have to like I felt like I always had to explain myself, like almost like make excuses for like, well, I walk with a limp because I can't use my left arm because I don't remember your name, and like here you just don't have to make any excuses or explanations. You just go on with stuff. So it's really given me a ton of confidence to like go back to school. I would never have done that. So that's really the biggest impact they've had on my life.
You're golfing again. And what does the term brain injured mean to you?
Well, that's one thing. SteppingStones, my thinking about brain injury and brain injured has really evolved. Like I initially thought it was like almost like a death sentence. And now it's more like it is an injury, which is like can be like overcome. And like it's odd because I originally thought like it's like a broken arm. Like I don't know, like 3 years I'd be like healed or whatever. Now I know it's like all work in progress, and it's actually good that you can get better. Like I know there's certain injuries that you never like come back from. Like my brother has a spinal cord injury, and knowing like that he must know like I'm in a wheelchair the rest of my life must be a tough thing. It's more of having a brain injury is like an opportunity to like start from scratch and rebuild. So I don't think it's a good thing, obviously, but I think there's a lot of opportunity in it. So I would say it's opportunity.
And what would you want to share with the public to educate them about brain injury?
The only thing I would really say, like, obviously I would never know this if I hadn't experienced it. And I understand, like, it's hard for people to have any empathy. But, like, the biggest thing is, like, you don't know if someone's, like, confrontational, having a bad day. You don't know why. And, like, the biggest thing, I think, is not even just specifically about brain injury, but it's, like, be patient. Like, it's more like people could have, like, brain injury, all kinds of injury, or death in their family. You almost have to not, like, let them excuse everything they do, but be like, okay, they're having a really bad day, or, okay, I gotta be a little patient.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I wouldn't want to add anything about myself, but maybe just that Krempels and, like, the family sport and the SteppingStones is probably, like, one of the most important things in a lot of people's lives. And just maybe my appreciation for that. So thank you.
We hope you enjoyed the preceding interview. The mission for the Krempels Brain Injury Foundation is improving the lives of people living with brain injury from trauma, tumor, or stroke. If you know of anyone who may need our assistance, please contact us. And if you would like to explore ways in which you can help us move forward with our mission, please contact us as well. Because brain injury from trauma, tumor, or stroke can happen to anyone at any time. It is a problem that is not going away.